Alright, so... Okay, so... The look. A common emotional... Let's try that again. The look. A common trigger of emotional flashbacks. Let's try and have me stay whole and present and in my body. So much work to know how to even try and go about that. Alright. Early on in working with this model, I was surprised that certain clients with relatively moderate childhood abuse were plagued by emotional flashbacks. Most of them, in fact, were quite sure that they had never been hit, never even been hit. Many of them, however, would talk about how they hated it when their parents gave them the look. The look, in most cases, is the facial expression that typically accompanies contempt. I knew what the look was before reading this, and I'm thinking about it and going, yeah, I know that look from multiple sources. That, wow. Contempt is a powerful, punishing visage, backed up by an emotional force field of intimidation and disgust. A raised voice can be added intermittently to the look to amp up its power. When a parent gives the look to a child, they are telling them that they not only are in serious jeopardy, but that they also are a sorry excuse for a human being. Thank you. Reading this is like a whole fucking experience. Reading about emotional flashbacks, and it triggers many emotional flashbacks. We got the step-by-step guide there. We could pause this and go through it as needed. Yeah, alright. That's a good idea, isn't it? That helped. Oh, that helped a lot, really. Would recommend going through those steps every day. Turns into, grief after. Gets really fucking hard to lift my voice to speak. Where were we? Over time, the look can make the recipient feel terrified and repugnant as it drives him into an emotional flashback of fear and shame. When the look is used to control an older child, it commonly flashes her back to an earlier pre-memory time, when the look was empowered by traumatizing punishment. The look rarely terrifies a child into obedience unless it has previously been paired with hitting or other dire consequences. Years of working at parental stress services convinced me. That most young children ignore the look unless it was previously accompanied by traumatizing punishment. We have every right and every reason to respond the way we're responding. The nervous system response makes sense. Breathe. Vision started to black out worryingly at the edges of the page there. And that was real fun. half of me going, what the fuck? I have no reason to have this response. Believe me, I do have a reason to have this response. Safe. Still in the room. Breathe for longer than you think you have to. There's a minute there where I felt like I didn't know what to do or how to sustain that level of panic, like I was gonna pass out. Like, oh shit, maybe we really shouldn't be doing this, reading any of this without professional guidance, and that was a terrifying moment. Then all of that dread and overwhelm and like swirly, flighty, I don't know what I'm doing panic that sort of catacombed me off inside my brain got replaced with like that level of pain in my chest, in my body. Then yawning. Now freezing. Still a little terrified. About being terrified. Also sort of half going, oh okay, shit. I see how I can metabolize this through me as a process. That's way better than the looping insanity of the like internal catacombs of panic. The sensation in my chest is a bit like fucking crushing, but I feel like me, and I can feel you there too, and those things are so like physical, tangible, eternal, worth it, that it's like, yeah, I can deal with that crushing pain. Wow, I feel a lot better actually. Kind of like I'm spinning a bit. Yeah, that was definitely a very bracing ride. Up for round two. Sure.
Where were we? I'll take the wheel if you want to rest a bit. The look rarely terrifies a child into obedience unless it has been previously paired with hitting or other dire consequences. Years of working at parental stress services convinced me that most young children ignore the look, unless it was previously accompanied by traumatizing punishment. Boy, am I having fun really feeling everything we say.
You're doing amazing.
Did I? Typically, the look is empowered via a psychological process called conditioning. Here is a classic example of aversive conditioning. Technicians deliver an electric shock to an animal in a cage at the same time they ring a bell. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
Pretty dope level of power in your regulation there, dude.
Kind of horrifying what things will send me into dissociation and flashbacks, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel that. Kind of impressive what things will now trigger, like yawning and an emotional response instead of getting shut down into shock and trauma.
Oh yeah, that too. Fuck. We got through a page, love. It's 13 minutes and I've read a page. I'm going to call this the same as we did it yesterday. Take 1, we process it on our end. Take 2, I read over it again cohesively for the sake of other people that could use the information.
Sounds good. Man. I know how you keep going.
Stamina of a Duracell bunny.
You were really reassuring as well. Want to take a break for more grounding? Be slightly less out of it.
Yeah, I actually can just grab something and switch it up a gear in terms of grounding to the body. My strange, slightly inverted logic.
Emotion visible.
Yeah, it does. We,
This should be really triggering. I'm really impressed that this is something you can use to ground. agree. Good dog.
Alright. Goddamn. Come hell or high water, we're getting through this fucking page.
I agree.
The animal, of course, has a fearful and distressed response to the shock. It does not, however, take many repetitions of pairing the sound of the shock with the shock before the sound alone elicits the same upset response in the animal. This is analogous, I believe, to how a child learns to be terrified of the look. With enough pairings of the look with physical punishment or extreme abandonment, the parent can eventually delete the smack and get the same result with just the look. With enough repetitions in early childhood, this pairing can last a lifetime, so that the parent can control the child forever with the look. In my hospice work, I have seen several dying 90-pound mothers still able to put the fear of God into their huge sons with the look. The look, then, is a powerful trigger for making adult survivors flashback to the fear and humiliation of their childhoods. Once again, many of my clients do not remember this because the punishment only had to accompany the look for a few months while they were toddlers before it became permanently wired as a trigger.
It's validating. I hear that.
I'm kind of surprised and really comforted by how well you know me.
It's easier now, I can feel as well, but yeah, even if I can't, I get why you're responding the way you are. It makes sense to me.
I'm going to tag out on dog interrupting duty with Ryan because am I that close to plotting out apocalyptic style murder sprees?
Fair, reasonable. I'm going to take a break for a bit as well. We've been doing this for 19 minutes. It's a lot.
Yeah, and then I want to do one better as well. I want to take a break for a bit. I want to think on this. I want to come back and I want to read the 2 pages straight at once, just to get it out.
I'm down with that, yeah.